Beloved one, I must ask you to pause. Do not look upon these words as merely another fleeting digital echo passing through the periphery of your existence. If you turn away now, you risk bypassing the very miracles that have been quietly aligning themselves in the stars for your sake. We stand together at a sacred intersection of time and destiny. The choices you make in the moments following this message will do more than simply alter your daily routine. They will redefine the very trajectory of your soul. Listen with the ears of your spirit. Remain with me until the final word is spoken. Do not allow your mind to drift, and do not divide your attention. Something of immense significance is manifesting here, and your presence is far from accidental. I am here to hold a mirror to the things you have long suppressed. I am here to breathe life into the dormant parts of your being and call you into a state of harmony that can no longer be deferred. If you have ever cried out for a sign, if you have ever sought absolute clarity in the fog of your life, this is that moment. What unfolds next is a masterpiece that only your response can complete. My child, I ask you to quiet the storm of your thoughts for a brief interval. Allow my voice to reach you without the frantic need to rush toward the next obligation. You have arrived at this space by a gentle, divine pull. Even if the surface of your day feels entirely ordinary, I am intimately aware of the rhythm of your life. I see the rapid shifts in your focus, moving from one burden to the next, from one expectation to the following demand. I see how your mind finds no true sanctuary, carrying weights and secrets that the world around you could never fully comprehend. You might believe you stumbled upon this message through curiosity or perhaps a lingering habit, but I have guided your footsteps more tenderly than you can imagine. I have been a witness to the silent turbulence within you. I have watched you attempt to drown out the deeper questions of your existence, questions regarding your path, your worth, and your ultimate purpose with the noise of trivial distractions. You have mastered the art of functioning while your heart is in disarray. You wake, you perform, you satisfy the needs of others, and you manage the endless tides of expectation. Yet, in the hollow of your chest, there is a space that yearns for something more substantial, a foundation steady enough to bear the full weight of your soul. This moment carries gravity. I am not interrupting your day to add to your burdens. I am stepping into your view because I love you too deeply to let you drift further into the mist without a compass. If you treat this as just another passing thought, you will remain trapped in the same cycle of exhaustion that has been quietly draining your vitality. I am not speaking with a voice of thunder to incite fear. I am leaning in close, like a father who speaks softly when a child needs to understand a vital truth. In every life, there are rare pauses that can prevent decades of regret. This is one of those pauses. I want you to sense the magnitude of this without any trembling of spirit. You are not in peril of my judgment. You are in peril of missing the alignment I have spent eons preparing for you. Those are two very different paths. I am not here to criticize the valleys you have walked or the detours you have taken. I am here because the destination you are heading toward can shift into brilliance right now if you are willing to truly listen. Deep within, you have sensed for a long time that an adjustment is required. You may not have found the words to describe it, but you have felt the friction in your quietest hours. When the static of the world fades and you are left in the company of your own reflections, a question rises to the surface. Am I truly walking the path I was designed for? Usually, you shove this question back into the dark because the answer feels too overwhelming to face. You promise yourself you will contemplate it when life is less chaotic. You tell yourself that as long as nothing is visibly collapsing, everything must be fine. But you and I both know that surviving is a poor substitute for thriving. I see how you calculate your success by external markers of stability, while the landscape of your inner world remains neglected. You have been the strong one for so long that you haven't even noticed how parched your spirit has become. I do not look upon you with disappointment for this. I understand how the world has forced you into these survival tactics. But I also see where these habits lead to a place where you are on autopilot, moving further away from the very peace you claim to desire. This is why I'm intervening now, rather than later. Your future is too precious for me to remain silent while you wander through another season in a half-awakened state. There is a reality available to you that is far greater than mere endurance. There is a clarity that is not tethered to your bank account or your social standing. There is a direction that does not require the constant fuel of anxiety. I want that for you. I want you to exist with a steadiness that originates from being anchored in me, rather than being tethered to your obligations. This interruption is not a random glitch in your day. It is a deliberate, protective act of grace. You may not perceive the full tapestry yet, but I see every thread. I know the doors that are waiting for you, and I know the distractions that seek to delay your arrival. I know which small compromises are slowly eroding the integrity of your character. So, I step in. I am asking you to remain present in this dialogue. Do not retreat. Admit, here and now, that you require a wisdom that surpasses your own intellect. If you lean into this moment, instead of pulling away, you will realize that this was never just about a video or a message. It was about your alignment with the life I breathed into you at the beginning of time. Stay with me, my child, as I lead you deeper into the revelation that is unfolding. You are not just processing syllables, you are standing in a weight of glory. Feel that weight. Do not fear it. This is not the pressure of the world meant to flatten you. It is the gravity of the divine meant to ground you. I am asking you to stop treating your existence as something that will eventually sort itself out. It will not. You have tested that theory. You have tried letting time heal what only obedience can rectify. You have hoped that comfort would bring clarity. But comfort only brought a deeper sleep. Recognize that this moment is a hinge. A single movement of your heart can swing the doors of your future toward a sunrise you never expected. You have been waiting for a spectacular sign, a lightning bolt or a thunderclap. Instead, I give you something far more demanding, a quiet invitation that requires your absolute consent. Step closer. Do not remain at the periphery of this conversation. Drop your defenses. You are not here to collect a few crumbs of inspiration and then return to your old life. You are here to decide whether you will continue to live in a state of cautious disconnection or if you will finally step into full alignment with me. This choice is not a vague philosophy. It lives in your relationships. It lives in your bank statements, your secret habits, and your internal monologues. I see how you have partitioned your life, keeping your spiritual side in one box and your daily decisions in another. You offer up prayers, yet you still rely almost entirely on your own survival strategies. You speak of hope, but you live as if you are bracing for impact. You crave peace, yet you feed your soul with a mental rehearsal of every possible disaster. Pause. Right now. Acknowledge this pattern. Do not try to justify it or soften the edges. Speak the truth to me. Tell me where you have been living with a divided heart. I already know, and I am not offended by your honesty. I am moved by it. This moment is heavy because it is bridging the gap between who you say you are and how you actually live. I am not accusing you. I am calling you home. Step into integrity. Let your internal trust finally match your external choices. You cannot continue to ask for my guidance while your hands are still white-knuckled on the steering wheel of your life. Release your grip. Breathe into the space I am creating. Admit that you are weary of holding the world together on your own. I see the strain in your irritability, your restlessness, and your frantic productivity. You call it stress, but I call it orphaned living. Trying to survive as if you have no father. You are carrying a weight that was never assigned to you. You have taken ownership of outcomes that belong in my hands alone. My child, let us sit together in this weight. You feel the heaviness in the air, do you not? It is the gravity of a truth you have long suspected but were too afraid to articulate. You have been offered relief, yet you hesitate at the threshold. You resist the very peace you cry out for in your darkest hours. Why? Because relief, in its truest form, requires surrender. And to you, surrender feels like a terrifying leap into the abyss. You have spent your entire life equating control with safety. You believe that if your hands are not firmly on the reins, you will be trampled by the chaos of existence. But I am here to tell you that trusting me is not a passive act of weakness. It is the most powerful and deliberate act of courage you will ever perform. It is the moment you stand in the face of your anxieties and declare, I will no longer allow fear to dictate the architecture of my future. There is a profound contrast here that I need you to see with absolute clarity. You can continue to spend your energy managing appearances, or you can begin the sacred work of cultivating authenticity. You can chase the fleeting approval of a world that does not know your name, or you can pursue a divine alignment with the one who breathed life into your lungs. I am not rushing you, but I am urging you. Do not let this moment pass without a visceral response from your spirit. Speak to me, even if it is only a whisper in the chambers of your heart. Tell me that you are ready to live as an integrated being, no longer divided between your public performance and your private desolation. Tell me that you are willing to let me reorder your priorities, even the ones you have held onto most tightly. I will not humiliate you. I am not here to expose your flaws to the world or to mock the parts of you that are still under construction. My refinement happens in the sacred private spaces of our communion. I will adjust the path beneath your feet, with a precision and patience that you cannot yet imagine. But for this to begin, you must grant me access. You must open the chambers of your life that you have kept sealed under lock and key. Invite me into your financial anxieties, the tensions that pull at your relationships, and the unspoken ambitions that keep you awake at night. Stop filtering your reality before you bring it to me. I am the architect of your soul. I am not surprised by the cracks in the foundation. I am waiting for your willingness to let me mend them. If you bypass this moment, the cost will be higher than you can calculate. It is not that I will withdraw my love. My love is a constant, an unmovable sun in your sky. The cost is that you will delay your own transformation. You will extend a season of wandering that could have ended today. I want you to be steady, not scattered. I want you to be anchored in the eternal, not anxious about the temporary. Let this wait serve as a wake-up call, a divine alarm designed to rouse you from the slumber of your autopilot existence. You must understand something that may feel uncomfortable. If you treat this dialogue as just another passing thought, you are reinforcing a cycle of spiritual stagnation. I am not speaking to threaten you. I am warning you with the fierce care of a mother who sees her child walking toward a cliff. When you repeatedly ignore the nudges of conviction, your heart does not remain neutral. It begins to adapt. It learns the art of deflection. It builds a callus over the very places where I am trying to reach you. What once stirred you deeply will eventually fail to move you at all. I do not want that for you. I want your heart to remain soft, responsive, and vibrantly alive. Right now, you feel a gentle pressure in your chest. It is not the crushing weight of judgment. It is the magnetic pull of home. It is a subtle awareness that I am speaking directly to the core of your being. Do not dismiss this sensation as mere emotion or a trick of the mind. This is a time-sensitive invitation. You have said so many times that you want change. You have wept over the repeating patterns that keep you small. Yet, when the opportunity for internal correction arrives, you hesitate, you analyze, you wait for a better time. I am asking you to break that habit of delay right now. Act on what you are sensing in this very moment. Take one concrete, undeniable step toward obedience. Perhaps it is an apology you have been withholding. Perhaps it is a boundary you have allowed to be trampled. Perhaps it is a commitment that is draining your integrity. Do not just feel convicted, respond. I am providing you with a map, not just a feeling. You often underestimate how small acts of obedience accumulate into a magnificent transformation. You imagine that change must be loud and explosive, but usually it begins in the quiet decisions that no one else will ever see. If you close this conversation and continue exactly as you were, you are choosing complacency as your companion. I want more for you. I want depth. I want a maturity that forms within you steadily and sincerely. Why am I speaking with such urgency? Because I see the landscape of your future more clearly than you do. There are massive opportunities approaching you, but they require a stronger inner foundation than the one you are currently standing on. There are relationships on the horizon that will test the limits of your patience. There are responsibilities that will stretch the fabric of your character. If you ignore the refining process now, you will find yourself overwhelmed when those moments arrive. I am preparing you in advance. That is the definition of love, not pressure. You have often misinterpreted my correction as a form of restriction, but it is actually your greatest protection when I nudge you to examine your motives. It is because I know that hidden pride will eventually sabotage your success. When I press you to forgive, it is because I know that unresolved resentment will poison your future intimacy. I am not micromanaging your life. I am cultivating your resilience. Missing this moment would not mean I abandon you, but it would mean you postpone becoming the version of yourself that can actually carry the blessings I intend to release. I want you prepared, not surprised. I want you stable, not shaken. Lean into this discomfort. Let it act as a furnace that burns away the dross of your old habits. Say to me, shape me, refine me, align me. Mean it with every fiber of your being. Do not rush the words. Let them settle into the soil of your spirit. You are not too late to begin again. You are not too far gone to be restored. But you are at a point where passive listening is no longer an option. I am not asking for your perfection. I have never demanded that. I am asking for your participation. If you respond now, sincerely and practically, you will look back on this day and realize it was the quiet hinge upon which your entire destiny swung. My child, I want you to sit with me here because I need to touch something tender inside you. You have been the strong one for so long that you no longer recognize how profoundly tired you are. You wake up, you shoulder the world, you answer the messages, you show up for everyone else, and you carry yourself with an outward mask of stability. But when the room grows silent and the lights grow dim, I see the silent strain behind your steady eyes. You have convinced yourself that endurance is the same as health. You think that pushing through is a sign of spiritual maturity. You believe that holding it all together is the ultimate evidence of your faith. But endurance without intimacy with me is just a slow road to exhaustion. You were never designed to survive on willpower alone. You were crafted for connection, for communion, and for a closeness with me that restores what the world drains away. Stop pretending with yourself. Admit your weariness. Say it plainly, I am tired. There is no shame in that confession. There is only freedom. I am not impressed by how long you can go without rest. I am moved when you choose to lean into me, instead of leaning solely on your own dwindling strength. You have normalized the emotional clutter, the mental noise, and the spiritual dryness. But that normalization is a dangerous path. It numbs your hunger for more. I am calling you out of that numbness today. My child, let us speak gently of the silence that has grown between us. There was a time, perhaps not so long ago, when your awareness of my presence felt like a constant resonance in your chest. You sensed my hand in the ordinary. You spoke to me with the simplicity of a child. But over time, the urgency of your daily existence began to amplify. Your responsibilities multiplied like shadows at dusk. Disappointments began to accumulate, layer by layer, until they formed a wall you didn't even realize you were building. You did not consciously decide to step away from me. You didn't wake up one morning and choose distance. The drift happened gradually, almost invisibly, like a ship slowly losing its anchor in a midnight current. You adjusted to the noise of the world. You adapted to the frantic pace of efficiency. You began to prioritize your productivity over our intimacy. That shift didn't feel like a rebellion. It felt like a practical necessity. Yet, slowly, the landscape of your inner life became thinner, more brittle. You still believe in me, of course. You still identify as mine. But your reliance on me has become a seasonal emergency rather than a central foundation. I am not telling you this to cast a shadow of shame upon you. I am revealing it so that you can finally recognize the fog you've been living in. Spiritual drift rarely announces itself with a trumpet blast. It happens in the small compromises, the prayer that is shortened, the reflection that is postponed, the decision made in the vacuum of your own reasoning, without ever seeking my counsel. Over time, these microscopic adjustments reshape the entire trajectory of your life. I see how you justify this distance to yourself. You whisper that you will return to a deeper connection once the current storm settles. You promise your soul that you will prioritize your spiritual evolution when you finally feel less overwhelmed. But you and I both know the pattern of this world. The calm you are waiting for never fully arrives. There is always another demand, another crisis, another reason to stay on the surface. And so, the distance becomes your new normal. I am not angry about this, my child. I am deeply concerned for you, because when you drift, you do not lose my love, but you do lose your clarity. You lose your sensitivity to the whispers of the divine. You lose the steady awareness that acts as an anchor when the heavy tides of life attempt to pull you under. I am inviting you back into closeness now. Not because I am demanding an audience, but because I desire your restoration. I miss your unfiltered conversations. I miss your spontaneous gratitude. I miss the way you once leaned into my strength without a second thought. Come back to that simplicity today. Do not overcomplicate this return. You do not need to perform a grand ritual or find the perfect words. Begin again, right here, in this breath. Speak to me as you truly are, exhausted, uncertain, or even numb. Drop the formalities. Drop the religious performance. Just talk to me. You may feel a lingering hesitation, thinking that the distance has created an awkwardness between us. It has not. I have been standing beside you the entire time. The drift was in your awareness, not in my presence. I never stepped away. I never reduced my attention toward you for even a second. You stepped into distraction, not into abandonment. That distinction is the key to your peace. You do not need to earn your way back into my favor. You simply need to turn your focus back to the one who never left. Re-enter your priorities. Invite me into your day deliberately, not as a guest, but as the master of the house. Before you make a decision, pause and ask for my insight. When your emotions begin to surge, bring them to me immediately, instead of trying to process them in isolation. When a moment of gratitude surfaces, express it instead of rushing past it to the next task. Build this intimacy through consistency, not intensity. You do not need a dramatic spiritual experience to feel close to me again. You need a daily connection. I want your everyday thoughts, not just your emergency cries. I want your ordinary moments, not just your crises. Rebuild a rhythm with me. Create a space in your schedule that is non-negotiable. Guard it with your life. Treat it as sacred ground. The drift will reverse just as gradually as it formed. Be patient with yourself, but stay intentional. Do not assume that closeness will restore itself without effort. Choose me repeatedly. Choose conversation over silence. Choose reflection over distraction. Choose obedience in the small hidden things. As you do, you will begin to sense the distance fading like a morning mist. You will feel your steadiness returning. You will notice your clarity increasing. This is not about guilt. It is about growth. I am not confronting you to accuse you. I am inviting you to realign your spirit with the source of all life. Come closer. Stay close. Do not let the noise of the world pull you back into the current of the drift. My child, let us look at the way you negotiate with yourself. You have developed a quiet, persistent habit of delay. You tell yourself that you will fully surrender when your circumstances are better, when your emotions are steadier, or when you have more certainty. You convince yourself that a small postponement doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But I need you to understand that delay is rarely a neutral act. Delay shapes you. It trains your heart to hesitate when I call. It builds a psychological pattern of partial obedience. And partial obedience is a dangerous state. It keeps you suspended in a spiritual no man's land, somewhere between progress and stagnation. I am not confronting this habit to expose your flaws. I am guiding you because I see where that pattern leads. You think you are buying time, but in reality, you are only extending your own uncertainty. You are prolonging an inner tension that is draining your energy. You are reinforcing the quiet influence of fear over your decisions. Consider the contrast honestly. When you respond quickly to my prompting, you feel a lightness in your spirit. You feel aligned, even if the path ahead is difficult. But when you hesitate, you feel restless, distracted, and unsettled. That difference is not a coincidence. It is feedback. Your spirit recognizes alignment, and your conscience recognizes resistance. I am asking you to stop postponing what you already know in your gut is right. If you need to have a difficult conversation, schedule it today. If you need to adjust a toxic habit, begin the change this hour. If you need to forgive, choose it now instead of rehearsing the offense one more time. Do not wait for the perfect emotional state. Emotions follow action. They do not always lead it. Act in faith, not in comfort. I know you prefer certainty before you move, but trust grows through movement, not through analysis alone. You have analyzed enough. You have processed enough. Now, move. Take one deliberate step toward obedience. Speak to me directly and say, I will not delay anymore. Mean it. Let it settle into the marrow of your bones. The longer you wait, the more normal hesitation becomes. And I do not want hesitation to be the defining rhythm of your life. I want responsiveness to define you. That responsiveness will be your greatest protection in the seasons to come, when the decisions you face will carry even greater weight. Train your heart now, while the stakes feel manageable. This moment is not just a passing thought. It is formative. What you choose today becomes the blueprint for your tomorrow. You may wonder why I am emphasizing this with such firm love. It is because I see the doors that are swinging open ahead of you. There are opportunities approaching that require a confident spirit, not a cautious one. There are responsibilities forming that demand an integrity that acts without delay. If you continue to practice hesitation, you will shrink back when my courage is most needed. I do not want you shrinking. I want you standing steady, decisive, and grounded in trust. Delay often disguises itself as prudence, but often what you call wisdom is simply fear wearing a respectable name. Examine your motives with me. Ask yourself where fear has been dictating your pace. I will illuminate the truth for you gently. Then, act on what you see. Do not let another week pass with an unresolved conviction. Resolve it. My child, there are seasons in every human journey when life feels entirely predictable, like a well-worn path through a familiar forest. And then, there are seasons when something deeper, something tectonic, begins to shift beneath the surface of your reality. You are currently standing in one of those shifting seasons. It may not appear dramatic to the naked eye. Your external world may still look the same, but internally, you have arrived at a crossroads. I need you to recognize that a crossroads is not always marked by thunder or lightning or a sudden collapse of your plans. Sometimes it is marked by a quiet, persistent awareness that you simply cannot continue exactly as you have been. You sense it in the subtle ways your satisfaction has begun to leak out of your shallow routines. You feel a growing discomfort with the compromises you once accepted. Without a second thought, there is a hunger rising within you for something more grounded, more anchored, and more authentically true to the soul I gave you. This awareness is not a random byproduct of your aging or your circumstances. It is a divine signal. It is an invitation to step into a new level of alignment with me. At a crossroads, standing still is still a choice. Drifting with the current is still a direction. I am calling you to choose intentionally. Do not slide back into the familiar simply because it is comfortable. Comfort is often the enemy of the calling I have placed upon your life. Evaluate your current path with a cold, honest eye. Ask yourself, is this direction shaping me into the person I desire to become? Is this lifestyle strengthening my character or merely numbing my potential? Is this path deepening my trust in the divine or tethering me to my own anxieties? If the answer is uncertain, do not ignore that uncertainty. Sit with it. Bring it to me in the silence. Speak openly about what feels misaligned. I am not threatened by your questions. I am the one who planted them in your heart to begin with. I welcome your inquiry because I want you engaged, not passive. A crossroads requires a decision, but it does not require a panic. Slow your breathing. Clear the static from your mind. Invite me into your evaluation. There is a profound contrast before you. One path leads to continued self-reliance, a road that looks like independence but is actually a prison of your own making. The other leads to surrendered strength, a road that looks like weakness to the world but is actually rooted in an unshakable trust. Both paths will require effort. Both will require you to walk, but only one will bring you a peace that surpasses all understanding. Choose carefully. Do not let your habits decide for you. Do not let your fears steer the wheel. Make the decision consciously, prayerfully, and deliberately. I am guiding you toward maturity, not merely toward a life of ease. You may feel the tension of this moment because crossroads always expose our true priorities. They reveal what we actually value versus what we say we value. You say you value growth? This is the moment to prove it by stepping into the unknown. You say you value integrity? This is the moment to align your secret actions with your public convictions. I am not presenting you with an ultimatum. I am offering you an opportunity of the highest order. There is something incredibly powerful about choosing alignment before a crisis forces it upon you. When you respond willingly to my invitation, your growth feels cooperative rather than corrective. I would much rather lead you through the gentle pull of invitation than through the harsh shove of consequence. Consider your relationships. Are they pulling you closer to your purpose, or are they merely high-functioning distractions? Consider your habits. Are they strengthening your inner discipline, or are they feeding a cycle of distraction? Consider your thought patterns. Are they rooted in faith, or are they fueled by the constant mental rehearsal of fear? I want you to conduct this evaluation with the courage of a warrior. Write down what you see. Be specific. Do not generalize your life into okay or fine. When you identify the areas that need adjustment, act. Make one clear decision that reflects your new alignment. Cancel the commitment that drains your soul. Have the conversation you have postponed for months. Establish the boundary you have allowed to be trampled. Take responsibility for your direction. I am not micromanaging you. I am empowering you. A crossroads is not a threat. It is a privilege. It means you are aware enough to choose differently. Many people drift for decades without ever realizing they are lost. You, my child, are aware. That awareness is a gift of grace. Do not waste it. Step into maturity. Step into trust. When you choose intentionally, you will feel an immediate shift in the atmosphere of your spirit. A quiet confidence will begin to form, a confidence that does not come from having control over the outcome, but from having clarity about the path. And clarity grows when you decide to walk with me deliberately instead of wandering through life unconsciously. My child, let us consider something that may stretch your perspective. There are blessings in your future that you cannot yet perceive. Not because they don't exist, but because your current position does not allow for the full view. You have a habit of measuring your progress by visible evidence alone. You look for the open door, the confirmed opportunity, or the immediate result. When those signs are absent, you assume that nothing is happening. That assumption has discouraged you more than you realize. I need you to understand that much of what I prepare for you develops in the dark, out of sight. Seeds do not sprout the same day they are planted. Foundations are poured and cured deep underground before the structure begins to rise. Quiet preparation often feels like delay, but it is actually the most active part of the process. You have mistaken hidden work for inactivity. While you were sleeping, I have been arranging connections you didn't know you needed. I have been redirecting paths that would have led you into unnecessary strain. I have been closing doors that you fought to keep open. But those doors would have led to your depletion, not your development. Trust that my restraint has been my protection. I want you to shift your internal narrative today. Instead of asking, "Why is nothing happening?" begin asking, "What is being prepared in me?" That subtle shift changes your posture from one of frustration to one of expectation. Expectation is not the same as entitlement. It is a quiet confidence in my timing. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. But positioning requires a degree of patience that the world does not teach. Patience is not passive. It is active trust. It is you choosing to remain steady, even when the external signs are minimal. Do not rush ahead of my pace. Do not try to force doors open through sheer willpower. Let me orchestrate the timing. When the right moment arrives, the movement will feel aligned rather than strained. Stay faithful in the small responsibilities I have given you today. Refine your character. Strengthen your discipline. These internal developments are not secondary. They are the bedrock of your future success. When the blessing finally manifests, you will need the maturity you are building right now to sustain it. Do not despise this season of quiet. Engage with it. Ask me what I am shaping in you. There is an acronym I want you to hold on to during this season. GROW. Ground yourself in gratitude. Refine your character daily. Obey in the small hidden matters. Wait with an active trust. Keep it practical. Keep it personal. Do not romanticize the future while neglecting the present. What you do today is the material I will use to build your tomorrow. If you invest fully in your current season, you will step into the next one without having to scramble to catch up. I am not withholding good from you. I am aligning that good with your readiness. Stay steady. Stay teachable. Stay close to my heart. The blessing you cannot see is not distant. It is developing. Trust the process. Engage the preparation. Refuse to let your impatience distort your perspective. What I am building for you will be worth every second of the wait. My child, let us lean into the frequency of the Spirit. There have been moments recently, perhaps even within the last few hours, when you felt a subtle vibration in your soul. It was a nudge you almost dismissed as a random thought or a flicker of anxiety. A conviction surfaced about a hidden habit. A gentle prompting urged you toward a conversation you have spent months avoiding. You felt the weight of it, and then you almost brushed it aside. I want you to recognize that voice. With the same clarity you recognized the sound of your own name. It was not a product of your imagination. It was me, guiding you through the quietest channels of your intuition. I do not always speak in the roar of the whirlwind or the crack of the thunder. Often, I speak in impressions, in inner clarity, and in the subtle, persistent pull of conviction. You are learning, even now, to discern the difference between the noise of the world and the resonance of the divine. When you sense that internal prompting, do not ignore it simply because it lacks drama. The quietest voice often carries the most precise direction. Reflect on the last time you felt that inner check. Where was I trying to lead you? Where did you hesitate? I am not here to condemn you for that hesitation, but I am here to sharpen your responsiveness. The more promptly you respond, the clearer my guidance becomes. If you repeatedly override that voice, your sensitivity begins to dull. Guard that sensitivity, my child. It is your greatest asset in a world of static. When you sense alignment, move. When you sense misalignment, have the courage to adjust. Do not rationalize away the convictions that keep you awake. Do not label them as overthinking, just to escape the discomfort of change. Sit with the unrest. Pray through the tension. If peace follows your obedience, you have your confirmation. If restlessness lingers after you have ignored me, that is your feedback. I am cultivating a deep discernment within you. Discernment is not a gift that arrives fully formed. It is a muscle that grows through practice. Practice listening to the small things. Practice responding to the inconsequential nudges. Trust that I am involved in the minutiae of your life, not just the massive milestones. I care about the tone of your voice in an argument. I care about your integrity in the moments when no human eye is watching. I care about the attitude you bring to the tasks you consider mundane. Invite me into those details. The voice you almost ignored was an opportunity for growth that you cannot afford to waste. You may fear misinterpreting my guidance, and that fear can make you paralyzed. But let me reassure you, I am patient with your learning process. If you sincerely seek my direction, I will ensure you find the path. You are not expected to navigate this perfectly. You are simply expected to remain attentive. Slow your breathing once more. Let this truth settle into the deep layers of your consciousness. Timing is not something you can control through sheer force of will. You watch the clock. You measure the passing years. You compare your pace with those around you. You calculate whether you are ahead or behind in a race that does not exist. I measure timing differently. I measure readiness. I measure the alignment of your character with the weight of the blessing I intend to give you. There are moments when heaven leans in close, when your decisions carry significantly more weight than usual. This is one of those moments. You feel it in your spirit, even if you cannot yet find the language for it. There is a sense of urgency. It is not the chaotic, frantic urgency of the world. It is a purposeful, divine urgency. Recognize this as alignment knocking at the door of your heart. I am not rushing you recklessly, but I am inviting you decisively. Spiritual timing is about precision, not panic. When you move with me at the right moment, your life unfolds with a grace that defies explanation. When you rush ahead, you strain your spirit. When you lag behind in fear, you stagnate. There is a sacred balance between patience and participation. You have leaned heavily into patience in the past, but sometimes you used it as a shield to hide your hesitation. I am asking you now to step into active participation. If there is something I have been stirring in your heart for months, act on it. Make the call. Write the first page. Initiate the healing. Do not overcomplicate this process. Spiritual timing often reveals itself in the simplest acts of obedience. You do not need a dramatic sign written in the clouds. You need a heart that is willing to say yes before it sees the full map. Right now, choose that willingness. Tell me you are ready to move when I say move, and ready to rest when I say rest. This posture will protect you from both the exhaustion of rushing and the regret of retreating. I want to speak candidly to you because I love you too much to soften the truth. There is a specific kind of regret that forms slowly, like sediment at the bottom of a river. It doesn't appear overnight. It accumulates through 1,000 small decisions that seemed insignificant at the time. You look back and realize you ignored the nudges, you postponed the growth, and you dismissed the conviction. You begin to wonder how different your life might have been if you had only responded sooner. I am not reminding you of this to bring you shame. I am warning you because I want to spare you that weight. I see the trajectory of your choices long before they manifest. I see how repeated compromises shape a person's character until they are unrecognizable to themselves. I see how neglected discipline weakens your resilience. I see how delayed obedience creates unnecessary detours in the wilderness. If you continue to ignore the internal conviction you feel right now, your heart will begin to harden in subtle ways. If you continue to tolerate the small compromises, they will become your new standard. If you continue to choose comfort over growth, you will eventually look back and wish you had been braver. Do not let that be your story. I am not asking you to become someone else overnight. I am not demanding a flawless performance or an endless ritual of religious works. What I am asking for is something far more radical. Honesty. I want the kind of honesty that does not hide behind polished language or spiritual platitudes. I want the honesty that does not pretend to be stronger than it is. Come to me without the performance. Sit with me without the mask. Drop the script you think I expect and speak to me as you truly are. You have spent too much of your life trying to approach me correctly instead of approaching me authentically. I am not grading your prayers. I am listening for the heartbeat of your spirit. If you feel confused, admit it. If you feel frustrated with the pace of your life, say it. If you feel distant, acknowledge it. Do not sanitize your emotions before you bring them to me. I already see them. I want your transparency more than I want your perfect faith. You hesitate because you think, I want a version of you that is already fixed. I want a version of you that is present. I want the faith that shows up even when it is trembling. I want the faith that says, I am here, even if I do not understand. That is what I am asking for. Turn off the noise. Put down the phone. Silence the background chatter of a world that wants to sell you a cheaper version of yourself. Give me your undivided attention for even a few intentional minutes. That focused presence matters more than a lifetime of distracted rituals. I want your openness. I want your willingness to be shaped by the furnace of my love. Alignment does not shrink your life, it strengthens it. It does not rob you of your freedom. It gives you the stability to finally use that freedom for its true purpose. Look at your daily routine. Does it reflect the things you claim to value? If there is a disconnect, have the courage to close the gap. This is not mystical. It is practical. The decision is yours, my child. I will guide you. I will warn you, and I will strengthen you. but I will not coerce you. Love does not force, it invites. You are standing at a point where your awareness has increased. You can no longer claim that you do not know the way. You know what needs adjustment. You know where the hesitation has slowed your stride. This decision does not require a public declaration or a dramatic gesture. It requires an internal resolve, a settled determination in the quiet of your own soul. Identify the one area that needs immediate correction and act on it today. Identify the one habit that needs to be strengthened and begin the work this hour. This is the beginning of a new direction. Do not walk away from this moment unchanged. Let it redirect you. Let it anchor you. I am not trying to frighten you. I am trying to fortify you for the glory that is coming. The door is open. The alignment is available. The growth is possible. Step through the threshold. The future you have been waiting for begins with the choice you make right now. I am with you in the movement. I am strengthening you in the yes. Walk forward, my child. Walk into everything I have prepared for you.